You're listening to Those Dram Yinzers with your hosts, John and Zack.
Hey everyone, I'm John.
And I'm Tomas.
And welcome to Those Dram Yinzers, where we drink whiskey
And talk about it.
Good job, T.
Thank you.
See,
I wanted to bring my own flair. Zach has his Zach has his and talk about. I want to do my own thing. You know what I mean?
You do. Yeah, Tomas is sitting in for Zack today. Zach's been some sort of cold has been just wrecking his household, so T stepped in today. So he gets to listen to his own voice when he edits this.
And I'm gonna hate every second of it.
Yep. For everything Those Dram Yinzers, be sure to visit thosedramyinzers.com. You can find our social media links, our Patreon page, the order form for our hats, and the link to Zach's favorite site, which is dramit.threadless.com, where you can buy all kind of different merch, mostly t-shirts and hoodies and fun little pieces like that. There's other things on there like pillows and that, but I mean, no one's bought those. But anyway, they're there if you want one. But anyway, yeah, make sure you check out dramit.threadless.com. If you're interested in sponsoring the show, want us to do an ad for your product, or would like us to try your product on the show, send us a DM or an email. T, you want to start drinking?
Heck yeah. It's my favorite time, the Irish whiskey time, baby.
Yeah, happy, well, depending on when you're listening to this, but happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. This one's coming out on the 15th, but, you know, you'll probably be listening to it either on or after.
I thought it was a Thursday. It's not Thursday.
Well, no, this is coming out on the 15th.
But the 17th is
a Friday.
Oh, it's a Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Friday.
Okay.
St. Patty's Day is on a Friday. That's not good for anyone. I mean, it gets better than a Thursday. You don't have to go to work the next day. But
yeah, but it's always fun to see how much you can drink and still go to work.
Anyway, Dad, plug your ears. One other thing I want to promote before we kind of get into our massive Jameson lineup that we're doing today. So you all know we go to different events throughout the year, but there's a new one coming out this year that we're super excited to attend because it's in, well, mine and yours, T, not Zach's obviously, hometown, Elwood City. They are doing their first ever wine and bourbon walk, wine and whiskey walk. You know, it's going to be Saturday, May 13th from 12 to 4. I'm pumped about it. As soon as I saw the first advertisement for it, I immediately DM'd the person that posted it and was like, "Are you running this?" He's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "We want in." You know, he's like, "Absolutely, that sounds so much fun." So we'll probably be doing a lot. You'll be hearing a lot from us about it. We'll probably do most of the promotion for it. It's being put on by the Mason Lodge in town. Masonic Lodge in town, and I think the Chamber of Commerce is being involved somehow. But if you have, listened and watched or even gone to the whiskey walk that's in Washington for the Rebellion Fest, remember we did that video with Josh last year? Yeah. It's going to be kind of similar to that. So businesses in town are going to host either a winery or distillery, and you'll be able to, you get a ticket or a wristband or something. Remember, we got those bags. And you go to the different spots, be able to try all the different, spirits or wines. And you also are, might even be promoting that business too, because you may walk in and be like, "Oh, I never knew this was here." Or, "Oh, I've been meaning to come here anyway," kind of thing. So that's all the information we have so far right now. As places sign up to come, as we get more information, just keep an eye on all of our social media. It's all going to be on there. We're going to be talking about it on every episode between now and when this happens. So super pumped.
I hope people don't get confused because it's the first time we're doing it in Elwood. I hope they make it understandable where you're supposed to go. I hope people don't just think there's booths in the street that are selling whiskey. Right,
yeah. And
they got to know that they go in the
to
places.
do something like this, you have to go into the buildings. Now, they could probably they could have done the whiskey festivals we've gone to in the past. They could have rent out that lot off of Beaver Ave behind where Dad's print shop used to be,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And put tents up there, like where they do the farmers market.
Yeah.
They could do something like that, but this one is just like a double thing because it's promoting the businesses in town. So,
and honestly, walking down Main Street would be more fun than sitting in that back lot. Anyway.
Absolutely. And I think from when I was talking with the guy running this, it sounds like at least they're going to probably have some sort of map, like we did with the one at Washington. They had a map for us of like, go to this place to see this one, kind of thing. So,
and there's no hills.
It is straight, literally
so you
flat,
do not
straight.
have to hurt your knees for the people like me who have bad knees.
Yeah, no, it's. I'm excited. I'm really excited about this. It's going to be all local, so local wineries, local distilleries that are going to be there, and I'm super pumped to. I've always wanted to do something in town. I just wasn't sure what the interest would be. You know what I mean? But now that we saw this and the responses I'm seeing on all these posts is pretty popular. So I'm looking forward to this.
Mm-hmm. I'm happy that I can walk to it.
You can. You don't have to drive.
Want to.
I'm the one that has to drive to this. You don't even have to drive anywhere.
Yeah, but if you stayed at the house, you could walk to it.
Well, sure. More than likely, Zach and I probably will be staying the night.
Exactly.
But I don't know what we're going to be doing specifically, like for this. Whether we're going to have a table somewhere or more walk around, kind of like what we did with Josh last. I don't know yet because we want to get it all planned out and then we'll figure out where we want to put ourselves. So, but again, as we get more information, as more places sign up, you're going to hear from us. So keep an eye on our social medias. All right. So as I already hinted, we are doing a Jameson lineup today. I figured with St. Patrick's Day coming up, I already had a couple bottles of Jameson. I know, T, you've had some before. So I was like, let's just do like a fun comparison because we've had, not officially have had some stuff on at like the Pittsburgh Whiskey Fest and stuff because people have brought us samples, right? Mm-hmm. So I figured let's do something official. And I was like, well, I really want to I have the stout finished, right? And I'm like, well, but I want to do a comparison with regular Jameson and the stout one to just see the big differences, right? Because I remember when we did the orange one last year, we didn't have a comparison. I mean, I've had Jameson, but it's not like
but it's not like burned in your brain when you're trying to taste it.
And so we decided here's the lineup we're gonna be doing is Jameson Original to start it out, Black Barrel, Stout finished, Stout edition, and then the Cold Brew. Which I was thinking about it, and I didn't get a chance to go out and get some heavy cream today. Oh. But the Cold Brew would be fantastic in an Irish coffee. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could probably do it yourself, but And
if you want to be super boozy, you do the Jameson Cold Brew with the Liberty Pole bourbon cream. You might die after a few drinks, but
mother trucker, I have that upstairs. Let's see how long we go. Maybe we'll do that at the end. Anyway,
let's get into it. I have a feeling you could drink a lot of those and not even.
Oh, for sure. So so we're gonna get into it. So Jameson Original, right? Everybody knows Jameson. It's blended Irish whiskey, pot stilled, triple distilled, I think it says, right? And 80 proof. And the good thing about today's episode, all 4 of these bottles you can buy at Fine Wine and Good Spirits. Mm-hmm. Jameson Original, $33. It's on sale right now for $32. So flash sale.
See, that's that great Irish whiskey smell.
It's very like grassy and grainy. Mm-hmm. It's 80 proof too. Drinks like it drinks. I mean, it's a great Irish whiskey. To me, I am not as well versed in Irish whiskeys yet, but I do enjoy. I've always enjoyed Jameson, even before I was really big in the whiskey.
I love it because, like you said, it's a good Irish whiskey, and for only $33, you can have a bottle of that in your house all the time. If you really like,
I'm honestly shocked that I haven't had the standard Jameson at the house yet.
If you like to keep, not even like this bar, but if you like to keep a bar where you just have a kind of everything, one kind of everything in a bar, Jameson is such an easy and good choice to put in there. I
mean, 80 proof Irish whiskey, not packing a lot when you compare it to American whiskeys, right? I mean, it's there and it dies out. Everything kind of dies out, but for $33, this is great.
And I know a lot of people that I know that don't they don't drink whiskey, especially bourbon, because they think it hurts too much going down. Which they're probably buying Jim Beam, Jack, and Evan Williams.
Yeah.
Which are still good, but sometimes if they can hurt. But Jameson, for almost the same price as the rest of them, it doesn't really hurt at all.
It's 80 proof. I don't expect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, it's not like they're not new. It's not young, and they're not like figuring it out. They know what they're freaking doing over there. This is gonna come out just like, you know.
Oh, I love Irish whiskey. I think it might be tied with me for Scotch, because Scotch is obviously my favorite. But Irish whiskey, it's up there. I got a 12-year aged single malt Irish, Napa Castle, I think it's called.
Sure.
It's really good, and it's also only like $45. But for 12 years are usually not that expensive. But
so what I love about Jameson's website is some of the ones we're going to be trying today. When you go on the site for that particular bottle, they have some like, you know, frequently asked questions, you know, and one of them is Jameson a sipping whiskey? It's one of the little drop downs, and it says yes. Jameson is a great whiskey for sipping. We've created the perfect balance of smoothness and flavor for you to drink it neat, on the rocks, or with a splash of water. I don't think it needs anything.
no, I made the mistake of ordering it with Coca-Cola at a restaurant one time. And, well, it was this... I went to this crappy little, basically, biker bar with my buddies in Sharpsville because he knew the owner. So, even though it was Jameson, which you really shouldn't put with Coke because it doesn't need it, it was still, like, maybe $8. But, yeah.
I've done, like, Jameson and ginger before, but that's more just to help my stomach.
Yeah. I do put Jameson in my coffee sometimes. It tastes real good.
Well, that's I saw a video today, and I thought of us. We're already doing 4, so that was already kind of pushing. If we were just doing Jameson, then I'd be like, I would have went out and got some more stuff. But I was doing Irish coffees. I saw a video for Irish coffee, and I was like, oh, that'd be fun to make it with that, you know, and everything. But with us doing as much as we're doing, you know, I figured, well, next time maybe. You got a real big old smile on your face. What? Go ahead.
Little tale from junior year at college.
Oh, God.
I was finally 21. You know, I was living in the fraternity house. I used to get a bottle of Jameson. I had this, I can't remember how many ounce bottle, like the metal water bottles.
Like those 40 ounces.
Yeah. I used to put in 2 full cans of Twisted Tea.
Oh my God.
And 4 shots of Jameson.
How did you not die?
Dude, when I tell you, somehow those things mixed together just taste like iced tea. Well, so they're so dangerous because I used to do that 3 times.
Oh, God. How are you not dead from diabetes?
I don't know. I mean, and then eventually Twisted Tea started making me sick because it was...
I drank all the regular. Give me some...
Twisted Tea started making me sick because, you know, it's
I wonder why.
Because, you know, it's Twisted Tea. But yeah, that was... I don't know what happened. I don't know why I did it, but junior year, that was like the new thing that I did.
I mean, I used to drink... We used to make... Which, looking back, probably shouldn't have done it in the Gatorade 5-gallon barrels because we probably, like, literally drank plastic. But we used to do case of Beast.
Beast?
Milwaukee's Best Light.
Oh.
Yeah. We used to do a case of Beast, a handle of Vladdy.
Oh.
And then you top it off with your whatever flavor of Hawaiian punch you want. So, like, we did, like, a green one for, like, Irish, like, for St. Patrick's Day one. 5-gallon thing and just poured it in the like empty bottles and poured it out for shots. It was the greatest thing ever because it got you drunk pretty fast. But looking back, I'm like, that was so gross. Anyway, next up, so is Black Barrel.
Yes,
and even this is actually completely different than regular Jameson, right? They throw it in the barrel at a higher, higher proof. It's made with a specific blend. That is not what I wanted. It's a specific blend of their small batch and single pot Irish whiskey. Says it's aged for up to 16 years, so that could vary, but that's the top. Yeah, and it said on their site, one of the questions is, what's the difference between Jameson and Jameson Black Barrel? Compared to our Jameson's original Irish whiskey, Black Barrel has a much higher amount of single pot whiskey blended with small batch grain whiskey. So it's going to be interesting comparing these because it's not really the same thing in its way. But Black Barrel is also aged in double charred barrels to bring out more of those rich like aromas and taste.
It says on the bottle, the Black Barrel features charred and double charred bourbon barrels that deliver unique spiciness, vanilla sweetness, and nutty notes.
Mm-hmm. But this is also 80 proof, and it's $45. And it's a cork. Everything else is twist off. This one's an actual cork.
It's the corked one. I love it. I've already had this one before. This is my favorite one.
Spoiler alert.
Well, favorite one so far. I haven't had the cold brew or the stout, so I guess there's still room for surprise. I love the smell.
Whoa. It's almost more of a like a fruity compared to the, I said the original was like a grassy grainy.
Yeah.
This is a little more fruity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. That's like a completely different nose. Mm-hmm. Getting a little like, almost like a butterscotch. Yeah. Hey, I never get these right. They actually said that on their notes for their nose of the butterscotch, fudge, and creamy toffee. That smells good. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. You could fool me. Mm-hmm. You could fool me on this one that this was an Irish whiskey.
Mm-hmm. I think the double charred bourbon barrels really give it a kick.
I'm getting a lot of bourbon characteristics on that. For sure.
Oh, but yeah, this one I'll sip on all night. This ain't something like I throw back.
I'm getting the standard vanilla, caramel.
Yeah, this
like
one,
a spice. Oh yeah, you could if you sat this in front of me blind, I would have picked this out as being like a basic like bourbon.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this one I ain't using this one to put back to like try and get myself started if I'm going out or something like that. Yeah. This one I'll sip on all night long.
That's good. Oh, we didn't give obvious rating for the original.
You go first. What?
The original's a Haas.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And already I'm enjoying this.
You can afford it. Keep one in your house every time. Every time it empties out, buy a new one.
Mm-hmm. So I like that. I want to say Haas because it is good, but I'm trying to do a price comparison here because it is given a lot of bourbon characteristics to it, and there are a lot of other bourbons that have that already that are less than $45. But I think if you are a Jameson fan or you are a Jameson and a bourbon fan, I think this is a good marriage of the two. Plus, if you're like me and you like to get people into whiskey, I would do that bam comparison and maybe throw like a basic bourbon, like a Maker's or something in there with it. I want to give this a Haas. I think I will. I think when it comes to price, you could probably find a basic bourbon for less. But I think it's interesting. Like I said, if you're a Jameson fan, if you're a bourbon fan, it's a good marriage of the two. Mm-hmm. I don't 45, it can't hurt to have it. You don't like it after you bought it the first time, don't buy it again. I
would say almost Haas because almost the same reason you said it. I mean, if you can afford it, I'd keep this in my house all the time. Mm-hmm. I cannot.
Side note, if you hear background noises, Christopher and Novi came down to hang out. Woo! Go check out Novali's Day Spa. It's a hike from Pittsburgh, but it's up there.
And then you got to go through the forest, and then you gotta answer the riddles 3.
Can you do people sign up for like online, right? Like do appointments online. Yeah. We should do like a promo code with the podcast because you also sell stuff.
I don't know how that works, but yeah.
But anyway, yeah, put the link in the description. Check it out. Let's work on a what the hell's it called?
Promo code.
Promo code.
Yeah.
Anyway, where were we?
Anyway, I would call this an almost Haas because
even though it's your favorite.
Yeah. Well, okay. Here's the thing. It is my favorite. So, if I made more than I do now, I would have this in my house at all times. Just because,
this is the regular. You want to try that?
And
it's not as.
I don't know if I said this earlier, but it is the only. He said it was the only one with a cork, but my thing is, it is the only Jameson with a cork, and it shows.
All right, enough messing around. Let's get on to Stout. So this is their Caskmates, right? I think it's called Caskmates series. Stout barrel finish. So they partnered with 8D Brewing. 8D takes Jameson's cask, sticks their Irish stout in it, lets it, marinate in there, and then once they dump that, Jameson brings back their cask and then throws their whiskey in this one. So this is 80 proof as well. $39 at Fine Wine Good Spirits.
Ooh, I kind of get the stout, the dark beer smell right away. The whiskey. Chris said it's not that dark. The whiskey itself is not that dark, but it's finished in the stout.
Right.
barrels.
It's not like they're taking whiskey and pouring stout in it.
Yeah.
So they take their whiskey and they stick it in a barrel that stout's been in. That's why I told you that was the next one up.
Wait, let me see that one back. Yeah, it says on the bottle, which is nice. It says it has notes of rich coffee, smooth chocolate, and butterscotch, which is what John saw in the last one.
The nose is very similar to the original, obviously. I'm not getting any major. I mean, you said you did. I'm not getting any major stout like.
I don't know. It's just like
on the nose. That is on the nose.
Yeah. One of my favorite kinds of craft is dark beer, which is like stout, and I don't know. It's just like it was right away. I smelt stout, and then it kind of faded into the rest of the smells.
But it definitely has a different taste.
Yeah.
Than the original, and I get on the taste, I get more of that like stout beer, like S.
Yeah.
I do remember enjoying it when we had it at the Whiskey Fest a couple years ago or whatnot.
The IPA one, I know we're not doing that one, but the IPA one, if you like IPAs, you should go check it out. It kind of is the same way. It doesn't exactly taste hoppy because when you taste hops, you know you're tasting hops, but I don't know how to explain it because like it doesn't taste as strong as hops, but you can tell it's there.
It's there.
I've never
like
actually
it's
sat
subtle.
down. Yeah, I've never actually sat down and talked about it.
I get.
This before,
I know.
So,
like with this one, with the stout one, I know what you're saying because like I'm not getting strong stout. Like I love stout, imperial stouts. I love those. I'm not getting strong stout notes on it, but you're right. It is subtle. I'm getting that beer, a little bit more dryness that you kind of get with stouts. I get the chocolate, I did put up a video on, or a reel up.
I did see that.
Yeah.
I was wondering earlier why I kept hearing the Dropkick Murphy song.
I figured
then I
that's
was on Instagram and I saw
such a good, how
it's
do
a
you
perfect song. It's a perfect song.
Okay, so stout, I like this. For $39, that's an easy house for me. If you are a stout beer fan, or especially an Irish stout fan, I don't think you can go wrong with this one. It's like I said, it is 80 proof as well. A little bit more to it than the original, as I would expect, though.
I hate to
but
just
now I want to try this 8D Brewing Irish Stout.
I hate to just keep agreeing, but yeah, house. I mean,
it's okay.
I'm sorry, but when the brand is as good as Jameson, it's kind of hard not to say Haas.
What's funny is I should have had you pick up the IPA one because if we'd have done the IPA one, then this show would have done all 6 because we did an episode for the orange before. All right, next up and last is the Jameson Cold Brew. Drops down in proof to 60 proof because it's technically a finished whiskey. Or flavored whiskey, excuse me. $33 on sale again right now with Fine Wine Good Spirits. Yeah, 60 proof because it is, like I said, technically a flavor, just like their orange. So it's just Jameson mixed with some cold brew, some good cold brew coffee. So
I really like this bottle because
I love the label.
It also says. Again, with the stout one, which I think is cool that they put on the bottle, it says with notes of toasted oak and dark chocolate, but also it says the kind of beans they used.
Yeah,
it says I'm gonna screw up Arabica beans from Brazil and Colombia.
Yep,
I think that's pretty cool. If I was Zack, I'd call it the what's his rating for the labels?
Gorgeous.
I call it a gorgeous if I was Zack. You're welcome, Zack.
You act like he actually listens to the episodes.
I mean, does he not? Ever?
He hates listening to himself, so he just doesn't even. See, look at the difference between stout finished and mixed. Chris, look at the difference in the color.
That's what I thought the stout was.
No, the stout one is just like their whiskey finished in stout barrels.
But this is basically
actually a mix
of
beans, whiskey and cold brew. Yeah.
Well, that one's not bad.
Well, what did you think of Did you try the stout?
Yes, it did not taste like I thought it did.
What were you? You thought it was going to taste like a beer?
So, like, you liked it, or? I hit the chocolate as soon as I put my nose up to it.
Oh wow!
too.
That that like pure coffee.
Yeah, that's the first
like
thing.
Pure
you smell.
coffee bean. A little like this is gonna sound way up, but like Tabasco. I don't know why.
Tabasco.
Yeah.
Not tobacco.
No, Tabasco sauce. Like
If you ever want to
Really?
gym podcast for a day, I'll talk.
we did that one.
I don't know if
we
I
did
just-
that one on the show.
I don't know if I just don't know enough, but I'm not getting the Tabasco-y.
It's just like a spicy like.
Maybe I know what you're talking about. I'm sniffing it like a dog.
But yeah, I mean, just like pure like coffee ground. Yeah.
I mean,
Tastes like cold brew coffee.
I had a friend who, his name's Tim. He told me that he bought the cold brew because me and him were always comparing our Jamesons, because I would buy the IPA and the Black Barrel. He bought the Stout and the cold brew. He bought the cold brew. He said it was not very good, and he didn't think it was worth it because he said it just tasted like crap coffee. I don't agree.
I think it tastes like cold brew. Like I'm not getting a crazy like Jameson like whiskey.
It's
Christopher seemed to enjoy it. He went upstairs, but I'm just getting a lot. I mean, for $33,
yeah.
you could enjoy this in a coffee.
And for
Enjoy
those,
it on the ice by itself. I
for
don't
those of
hate
you who
it.
want to get drunk, it's not very strong. You could put a few of these back if you felt like it.
Yeah, it just tastes like a nice like cold brew. That's the thing too is like when people have like black coffee, like people think it tastes like too bitter. I think that what the Jameson's doing here is it's cutting out that bitterness and it's kind of just like smoothing it out.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
why you can't really taste the Jameson because it's busy doing other work.
It's counteracting the bitterness. Yeah. But I think you should run upstairs into the fridge and get the.
Is that one not full right there?
Oh no, that's empty.
Oh, okay.
But it's upstairs in the fridge.
Yeah, John, you talk to yourself for a second.
Okay. Are you adding it right to it?
Yeah. Ooh, I really like the smell of mixing them. Like you get the coffee, but with the cream, it smells so sweet.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that.
I'm so into that. So if you think bourbon cream should be a Hass, then this should also be a Hass.
Well, Liberty Pole bourbon cream is always ass. Buy a case of it at a time. That's really good, huh?
Oh, but the only downfall from this is that I don't know what it is about the bourbon cream. Maybe because it's a liqueur. Instead, it really takes away any strongness of whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
You could put these down so quick. Also, you can really only do like a shot's worth of each, or else you're
Oh
you're
no,
in
you
for
don't
a
need
bad
a lot.
night.
No, you don't need a lot.
But man, that's good. Mm-hmm. It was good. It was good by itself, but it's still.
Yeah.
Whew.
So cold brew rating, just by itself, cold brew rating for 33.
For 33, I'd say Haas too, because I mean it's the same price as you're getting regular Jameson. Regular Jameson is good; it's a good Irish whiskey. But for a cold brew, I think that's a good Haas because like you can, like we said, you don't have to use bourbon cream. You can use any kind of cream. You can put it in your coffee for a fun little extra taste.
You could use it for an Irish coffee.
And I think it'd be a nice thing if you have people over. It's a nice novelty to show someone like, hey, look what I have.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a perfect novelty thing. For $33, having a bottle of it, I don't think you can go wrong. So yeah, so Haas is all around for the Jameson lineup of this, other than the orange motherfucker.
So other than the
Not doing
orange,
that one
because
again.
orange is
Gross.
I also just don't like sweet flavored whiskeys. But other than that, Jameson, you knocked it out of it. You knocked 4 home runs.
Well done here. Chris, did you want to try something else?
No, I was just
Just eyeballing everything?
See, this is why I love Jameson so much. It's just
It's very good. You
I've
can't go
ever
wrong.
since I was 21, I was a Jameson fan.
Yeah, he just held up the orange. Which again, go back and listen to that episode.
I got
Matt was on that one.
I got a present for Christmas. It was the Jameson Orange, but it was in a box, and it came with 2 cans of Sprite.
Oh, nice.
So I wonder, I haven't done that yet, but I wonder if the Jameson Orange with Sprite tastes better?
Maybe.
Maybe?
I did enjoy it
That
with
would
the
not,
Blue
that
Moon.
would not combine.
No,
that would not
God, no.
combine, Chris. Because we use the bourbon cream.
Not necessarily. You could do an orange creamsicle.
that's what I'm trying to get.
I guess.
An orange creamsicle with that.
You can try it if you
Might
want.
have to add something.
We tried that with. I have an orange like cream in there. It's no good anymore. But I remember it wasn't like horrid, but like it just wasn't. But anyway, well, thanks for stepping in, T, for Zach being all sicky poo.
No problem. It was a lot of fun. And I know now how easy it is to talk loudly into these mics. So, Zach, needs to step it up. Because when I edit, I don't want to have to edit every single one of his lines to higher.
But anyway. All right. Well, hey, again, keep an eye out on our social medias for the upcoming wine and bourbon walk in Elwood City. Super excited to get involved with that. Just confirmed with the people who run the Whiskey Rebellion. We are going to be back for the Whiskey Rebellion.
Heck yeah.
Second weekend in July again. I'm going to try to get us in a different spot. I don't know how that's going to, but I'm going to try to get us. Remember where those booths were about halfway down the block?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to get away from the music so I'm not like.
Yeah, we're trying to drown that out the entire time. And if we ever have guests, it's kind of hard. Even with the headphones on, it still kind of bleeds through.
So we'll see. I'm going to talk with Tracy and figure out what we can do. Yeah. Again, T, thanks for coming. And I guess the only thing left to say is, Tomas, sir, cheers to you.
John, dude, cheers to you.
And cheers to you.